Hello everyone. In a lengthy judgment ruling delivered by Justice Richard Mwango from Embu Law Courts, the High Court officially dismissed an election petition challenging the victorious win for Leo Wamuthende as Mbeere North Member of Parliament. According to the judgment presented before court yesterday, the final ruling by Justice Richard Mwango of Embu Law Courts was received with a great shocker after the High Court upheld Wamuthende's victory, confirming him as the validly elected MP for Mbeere North constituency.
Having concluded the hearing of the election petition, I certify that the petition was dismissed and the fourth respondent remains the duly elected Member of Parliament for Mbeere North constituency. This information is to be transmitted to the Speaker of the National Assembly. Orders accordingly.
According to Justice Richard Mwango, the 1-0 petitioner failed to prove any substantial electoral irregularities to meet legal standard required to nullify this by-election. According to the court's declaration, the allegations of open voter bribery and the issue of mismatched documentations were all judged dismissively as trash, probably due to lack of credibility, and therefore these allegations did not meet the required threshold to nullify an election. In regards to the alleged change of names by Leo Wamuthende, the legal due processes were procedurally followed, thus dismissing claims of Wamuthende being an unregistered voter under his updated name.
With regard to double declarations by the 6 declarants earlier discussed as found during scrutiny, these were in breach of Regulation 72(5) of the Elections General Regulations, which provides that as follows: the following shall apply with respect to a person who assists a voter under this regulation. The person shall assist or support only one voter at that election and have a mark as proof of assisting or supporting a voter. Fourthly, while the court take the position that all assisted voters' votes be struck off, it would not change the result of the election, as it is impossible to identify for which candidate they voted. Finally, taking into account the caution of the superior courts concerning unpleaded issues and considering these violations cumulatively with the other irregularities pleaded and on which evidence was availed and has been evaluated, I am not satisfied that it was ultimately shown that the results did not reflect the will of the people in relation to assisted voters.
Immediately after this ruling, Gachagwa's die-hard lawyer, Mr. Ndegwa Njiru, subsequently made an appeal regarding some of the issues that the court had dealt with, therefore making an application for an expeditious provision of the typed proceedings whereby the petitioners requested for a period to review and digest this judgment, and the decree ruling made thereof. The petitioners will now make a determination on whether it could be necessary for them to file an appeal through the Court of Appeal for a second hearing.
But we, however, would wish to make an appeal in regard to some of the issues the court has dealt with. And therefore, my Lord, we are making an application for expeditious provision of typed proceedings, the judgment of the court, and the decree going therefrom. We are otherwise happy that the court has made its decision. We'll try our luck in the Court of Appeal. We are most obliged.
However, the initial petition was dismissed at a cost of 4 million Kenyan shillings, whereby 70% of this cost was awarded to be shared among the first 3 respondents of this case, including one IEBC. The remaining 30% was paid directly to Leo Wamuthende, Mbeere North Member of Parliament.
The outright determination, the overall determination, for all the foregoing reasons, the court finds that the petition was not proved to the required standard, and it is hereby dismissed with costs. The costs are as follows. So, having considered the nature of the case and the input of the parties, and noting the fourth respondent did not testify to avail witnesses, I hereby cap party and party costs at Kenya shillings 4 million. The first to third respondents shall be entitled to 70% thereof, and the fourth respondent to 30% thereof. I have prepared a report of the Court on Electoral Malpractices under Section 87 of the Elections Act, which is as follows. The Court finds that the following malpractices of a criminal nature, that the same be transmitted to the DPP. A. Admitted alteration of register without authority, contrary to Section 6(1) of the Election Offences Act. B. Double assistance of voters, that is allowing 6 persons to assist more than one voter, each contrary to Regulation 72(5)(c) of the regulations.
The ruling now serves as a final confirmation for the UDA candidate, and as an official stamp for Leo Wamuthende, who was duly elected as a Member of Parliament in a tightly contested by-election of November last year. Thank you and keep on subscribing.